Hello everyone, this is Vortex259. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy II, The Soul of Rebirth. In our last episode, we found Ricard the Dragoon on the 5th floor of the unknown cave. Ricard helped us to defeat a giant roundworm that apparently had come back to get vengeance on Ricard for defeating it back in Leviathan. But it was a very simple battle. We quickly dispatched it. And we have dewormed the 5th floor, so now Ricard is having a conversation with Minwu, Scott, and Joseph, trying to figure out their current predicament. Where in the world are they, and why are they there? Ricard says, well, if it isn't the mage who broke the seal on Ultima. Minwu says, so, you too have lost your life. Yep, you might remember Ricard gave his life back in Castle Palamisha when the Dark Emperor returned from Hell. He distracted the Emperor, giving Firion, Maria, and the Dark Knight Leon time to escape on the back of his wyvern. So, yeah, that's the pits. He died, but he died doing a noble deed. So here he is in the unknown cave, along with Minwu, Scott, and Joseph. Minwu says, what of Ultima, and what of Firion and the others? Ricard says, don't worry, the spell is theirs now. We confronted the Dark Knight, who'd proclaimed himself Emperor. But as we faced him, his master returned, risen from hell. I'm sure it was here that he gained such hideous power. Minwu says, then Firion and the others? Ricard says, with any luck, they escaped on my wyvern. I bought them as much time as I could. Joseph says, you too, huh? Ricard says, and you are? I'm Joseph. I was traveling with them, same as you. Scott pipes up and says, I'm Scott, Prince of Kashawan. I too shared my last words with them. Aha! Seems like all four of these guys are sharing a common bond. Minwu says, we all have one thing in common. We traveled with them and lost our lives. Ricard says, are you saying that our meeting here is no accident? The Emperor acquires power from Hell. We find ourselves in Jade, the passageway to Hell. It seems that some fate unknown even to me is at work. Alright, so Ricard joins the party and we get a little bit more information. One thing we know for sure is that all four of these guys were with our main party members when they perished. So it seems like they have some unfinished task which we need to find out what that's going to be. Well, don't worry, we're nearly to the end of the unknown cave. There's just a little bit left to go, and from here the path is very straightforward, which makes it very easy, so let's continue. Yep, things get much easier once you get Ricard to join your party. He's probably much more leveled than the rest of your characters are. Hey, looky here, we get a protect ring out of this treasure chest. Awesome. Let's see, let's put that on Scott, I guess. The protect ring will afford protection against instant death, and it will take his defense up to 32. I think there is only one more monster left here in the unknown cave to add to the bestiary. Hopefully I'll be running into that before we get to the end of this cave. We're nearly there. Ricard did 1,700 points of combined damage to that glacial bolus. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And here's another treasure chest. There's a high potion hidden inside here. Okay, let's go down to the next floor. The doorway is just down below. Well, I got Joseph's axe skill up to level 2. He missed twice, which is to be expected when you're fighting a higher ranked monster, but at least that levels up his axe skill pretty quickly. Alright, this should be the staircase to the final floor of the unknown cave, the 6th floor. We're nearly to the end. Whoops, I nearly missed the stairs there. Alright, I think the portal is just up ahead here. It's just like seeing the finish line after a very long race, and here is our portal. Where in the world does this lead? Well, we'll find out here in just a minute. But first, there is one more monster I want to demonstrate. It's the final monster you can find here in the unknown cave. So I'm going to go hunting a little bit. Once I find it, I'll demonstrate the battle for you. Alright, after a little bit of searching, I finally ran into the monster I was looking for. This is the Gigaparasite. Gigaparasites are pretty annoying because they can remove your MP with their physical attacks. And that's really a good way to increase your maximum MP, is to have these things just attack you, because they'll take so much MP off. But really, you don't want them to do that in the unknown cave, because you really rely on your MP to get you through the unknown cave alive. But anyway, just in case you're curious, I had to backtrack to the 4th floor to find these. I think they're actually available on just about all the floors, but I found them on the 4th floor. They have, looks like 80 HP, and their weakness is ice, so weapons will work just fine. You can have Scott use his Blizzard spell to take all 4 of them out, probably in one shot. But it looks like, in my case, I got a Preemptive Strike, so there you go. The Gigaparasite can be found at number 129 in your bestiary. There you go, rank 3 with 80 HP. Weakness is ice. And while I'm still thinking about it, let's also take a look at the entry for the roundworm. It is the next to last entry in your bestiary, number 168. It was rank 7 with 2000 HP, a very easy monster. And as you can see, we are now 85% complete with the bestiary. Only 15% left to go. Okay, now for the moment we've all been waiting for. What lies on the other side of this portal? Is this going to take us to Pandemonium? Well, there's only one way to find out. No, it's not Pandemonium. We've got Happy Town music. Apparently this is a village, the village of Machanon, and there's a guard standing right next to the portal. He says, "I'm charged with patrolling this area. The city is not safe, so we must remain vigilant." Huh, well I guess the people in the city have to fear the monsters just outside of the portal. Well, let's find out what's going on here. Here's another guard who says, "I wonder if Princess Hilda is alright. I'm worried, but there's nothing I can really do." Well, I wonder if these people in this town are dead, just like Minwu, Joseph Scott, and Ricard. Well, there's a pub here, lots of people inside. Let's chat with a few of them. Here's a pirate who says, "Afterlife or not, this is our home." Ah, so apparently everyone here is dead. Ain't no way we're letting even one of those beasties in. So I guess you have to worry about monsters when you're dead. This person says, "The monsters got a lot of us before we finally made it here." So if they were dead to begin with, can you die again after monsters eat you? This old man says, "We lose so many to the monsters. I've survived so far, but what good can these old bones do?" Well, why don't you just go turn yourself over to the monsters and offer yourself as food for them. Here's a pilot who says, "It gives me hope to see people like you here." Yeah, maybe we can figure out what's going on. Here's the bartender. He says, "I'm dying for a drink." Yeah, you gotta love the humor. Oh, great. Well, let's see what this lady says. "The monsters around here are unlike any I've ever seen. Keep your guard up." Yeah, lots of tough monsters around here. And this lady says, "What are we doing in a place like this? We're supposed to be dead." Yeah, I'm sure this lady has lots of questions. Questions like,
are we halfway to heaven? Are we halfway to hell? And how long is this going to last?
"Hey, look down here. We've got yet another familiar looking face. Can it be?" Indeed it is. Minwu says, "Sid, what are you doing here?" It is Sid. You might remember Sid passed away in Paul's house right after the Emperor's cyclone did him in. Sid says, "No one's more surprised than me. Who'd have thought there'd really be an afterlife? And to top it off, everyone here died fighting the Empire. How do you like that?" Yeah, Minwu doesn't have much to say about that. Sid says, "I gave up the life of a white knight for the lure of the skies, and here I am. Never thought I'd wind up in hell for it, but any way you slice it, this place is different than any story I've ever heard about Jade." Minwu says, "You don't think this is Jade?" Sid says, "If this is the entrance to hell, what are innocent little kids doing here?" "When I first got here, this place was just how you'd picture hell. Monsters fed on anyone they could catch. The old, children, you name it. By the time we found a place without monsters to build this makeshift town, most of the people were already done in." Minwu says, "Terrible." Sid says, "Since you all showed up, people have started to show some hope. It's funny to think of the dead having hope, but there it is. As long as I'm defending this village, I'll help you any way I can. So I'm asking you, find out what in blazes is going on. Where are we? And what are we doing here? Oh, come on, Sid. Didn't you find that information in the handbook for the recently deceased you got? Oh, what? You didn't get one? Oh. Well, we'll continue exploring Machanon in our next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy II, The Soul of Rebirth. Thank you very much for watching today's episode, everyone. This has been Vortex 259. We'll see you again next time.